We're all pretty used to single AI assistants by now, right? But the whole game is changing. We're moving away from the idea of a solo pilot and towards a full-on flight crew where you have these specialized AI agents all working together as a coordinated team. They can solve way more complex problems. But how do you actually go from that cool idea to a real functioning team? Let's dive in.
Okay, just picture this for a second. Not just one AI assistant, but an entire digital agency right at your fingertips. A whole team of specialists, each one with its own unique role, its own personality, and its own skill set, all collaborating on your projects. And look, this isn't just some sci-fi fantasy. It's the actual inspiration for what we're talking about today. So this whole idea comes from this fantastic GitHub project called The Agency, which laid out over 100 of these specialized AI roles. And what's so cool about it is just the sheer creativity. I mean, yeah, you have your standard roles, but you also get things like a whimsy injector, whose whole job is to add personality, or a reality checker to act as a quality gate. It's about building a team that has real depth and character. But, having these cool personalities is one thing. A great idea is just a starting line. How do you get them to actually talk to each other, to coordinate their tasks and operate like a real live team? Well, for that, you need the operational plumbing. You need infrastructure.
Right, and that's where this comes in. The openclaw-multi-agent-kit is pretty much the answer to that how. It's a set of templates that have been tested in production, and they're designed specifically to help you build and run these teams on the OpenClaw platform, which is a framework for creating AI apps. And this quote from the project's own docs it hits the nail on the head. This kit isn't just about the fun agent personalities. It's about that absolutely essential infrastructure. Think of it like this. It's the office space, the Slack channels, and the project management software for your AI dream team, all rolled into one. So what do you actually get right out of the box? Well, you get 10 starter agent templates to build your core team. You get a shared workspace for them to collaborate in. You get pre-built communication patterns so they know how to talk to each other. It even integrates directly with Telegram and get this, it includes instructions written for an AI to actually perform the setup. It's basically the whole shebang, ready to go.
Okay, so this is where things get really practical. It doesn't just give you a bunch of whimsical ideas. It starts you off with a core 10-agent team that covers the essentials for, say, a software project. You've got your orchestrator who acts as the team lead, and then you have specialists for coding, QA, DevOps, and even research. This is the functional backbone for almost any digital project you can think of.
All right, so we've got our team. The big question is, how do they actually work together? How do they coordinate? This is where the architecture is really, really clever. It all basically comes down to two main pillars: how they communicate with each other and how they share knowledge. So the first big decision you'll make is about your communication model inside Telegram. You can go with multi-bot routing, where every single agent has its own name, its own avatar, its own clear identity. Or you can use native topic routing, where you have one main bot that acts like a front desk receptionist, routing all the messages internally. It's a strategic choice. Do you want your users to see all the specialists, or do you want one clean public face for the whole operation? Now, here's the secret sauce that makes direct handoffs possible. There's a limitation in Telegram where bots can't actually see each other's messages. So OpenClaw has this really clever workaround, a command called sessions send. This function lets one agent directly ping another one and pass the baton, which creates a totally seamless workflow. This is how your coder bot can tap the QA bot on the shoulder and say, hey, this feature is ready for testing. The second piece of the puzzle is like a shared brain for the team. Instead of dealing with complex APIs, the agents just read and write to a common set of markdown files. So thesis.md is like the project's mission statement posted on the wall. Signals.md is the intelligence board where the research agent pins its findings. And feedbacklog.md is a shared diary of what's worked and what hasn't. It's so simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. Okay, let's tie this all together and see how these pieces build into a powerful, real-world workflow. We'll take a look at the classic build team flow, from writing a piece of code all the way to getting it live. So check this out. The coding agent finishes its task. Then it uses that session send command to ping the QA agent. The QA agent does its thing, runs all the tests, and once everything looks good, it uses session send again to hand off to the DevOps agent. And finally, the DevOps agent deploys the feature. It's this clean, automated, and fully documented assembly line, all happening through chat and shared files. All right, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds awesome, but super complicated to set up, right? Well, you'd be surprised. The kit is actually designed to make getting started surprisingly straightforward. Let's walk through it.
It really just comes down to 4 main steps. First, you clone the kit from GitHub. Second, you make that key decision on your routing model and just edit one configuration file. Third, you create the folders for each of your agents. And finally, you set up your supergroup and all the topic channels in Telegram. That's pretty much it. And this is the part I think is just brilliant. The kit comes with a setup file called instructions.md, and it is literally written for an AI. You can just hand these instructions to your main orchestrator agent and have it set up the entire team structure for you. I mean, how cool is that? You're literally using AI to build your AI team. So look, as tools like this become so much more accessible, the game is truly changing. It's not really about what a single AI can do anymore. The real question now is, what amazing complex problems could you solve with your own AI dream team?